Hi again, everybody. On this Monday, it's Craig coming to you from the Sports Cabin. You know, recently I was sent a copy of my baseball stats from high school and American Legion ball. It was so long ago, there were only two bases. The bats were all wood, and none of my teammates wore batting gloves. In fact, if you had a glove in the field, that was a luxury. The batting average I had was horrible, but since I was a pitcher, it wasn't really that important to me. My won-loss record was good, and in a 3-year period, I only lost one game. As a lefty who threw sidearm, most guys playing for the other teams hadn't seen much of what I had to offer. I told this story to Roger Clemens once, and he said, "Man, you must have really gone downhill after that." Thanks, Raj. However, my point today is how many statistics are being kept by some people in a cramped, smelly little room rented by MLB. I'm seeing 85 different statistics kept. 42 are for pitchers. The most common is the ERA or the earned run average. In some cases, teams are more impressed with that than they are the W and the L. 28 stats are for the hitters, or in my case, the non-hitters. Most popular is the obvious one, the batting average. And you only have to be right 1 out of 3 times to automatically get in the Hall of Fame. OPS is another favorite. That is on base plus slugging. Slugging are extra base hits. Singles are cool, but only in the BA column. Home run, well, that is kept too. And there is a stat called home run ratio. It's kept, but it's rarely a staple of the guys who announce the ball games. Isolated power was a stat that was used more in the 1950s than it is now. Once again, singles sort of suck, but doubles, triples, and homers rock. And for those of you keeping track of my stats for this stat story, you will note I am 15 short of the above-mentioned 85. Well, the 15 remaining are fielding stats. Most guys in the bigs can field very well, so almost all across the board have very high numbers, and my guess is you don't care very much about fielding stats unless, of course, your fantasy guy boots one late in the game. And don't get me started on those fantasy stats. This is Craig Roberts on Click to Houston.